Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm back working on my summer piece. We're coming to the end soon, but a little way to go yet. And I'm thinking, I sat down wanting to do this rose, but then I started looking at these purple flowers at the top here and sort of felt like I wanted to play with those. So I think I've already changed my plan from when I entered the room to making it to the seat, which is typical. So let's pull out a little bit of purple from I threw those in a little while ago. Might have been the blue that caught my eye for the jaybird. We're going to go bright, or we're going to go muted. No, we're talking summer, so we've got to stay a little bit bright, I think. Do we want to go that bright? Probably not. We've used that down here in the iris, so I think we sort of need to create a different version of them. There's some beads, but those beads are in the iris, so forget about them. Oh, we did get new beads, so very bright, very similar. Pink purple. That one there. So that's different again. Unless we mix it up a little bit and bring in, you know, something like that. But we're getting a bit dowdy, so maybe not. I've got these sequins. Maybe, can you hear the brain thinking? It's sort of going blue, but they're good for the center of the daisy, but can we do better than that, than just plopping a sequin in there? They're not bad. So what do we do around the daisy or the purple flower? With some scissors. Just thinking, guys, bear with me while I sort of run 20 million options through my head. I'm wondering if we outline them and then wrap that stitching to make them raised. So we do a split back stitch or a stem stitch, and then piler ones in between, or wrap in pile. I don't know, I'm probably not even making sense. You're probably thinking, what's she talking about? Let me just have a little play here and we'll see what we can do. Let me just bring the camera in as well so you can see. Hopefully I stay in shot. So I'm thinking at the moment I'm going to split back stitch right around that little flower in the dark colour. Haven't yet bought fabric in, have I? We could cut some petals out of fabric and stitch them, but they're so tiny. I know I've got a tilde fabric that might match in, and I believe there's a purple little flower. I used it a lot in a Jessie Chorley piece I did a few years ago, the pinks, and they're like little itty bitty flowers that you can cut out. They could drift into it to be a bit of a three-dimensional element, but I wouldn't want to cover up these printed ones. So I sort of need to deal with them first and then maybe assess whether that fabric I'm thinking of, the tilde fabric, I think it's called Woodland. I'll have to check all that. I haven't used it for a little while, so those sorts of names of fabrics just sort of slip out of my memory. But first things first, let's just stitch the perimeter of this little guy. I don't really want to paint it all in with thread because I love what the artist has done there with the shading. So I'm thinking along the lines of just highlighting the perimeter, but I don't want to overpower it either because I'm now highlighting the perimeter. It's sort of a slippery slope sometimes, that you can, you know, adjust the flower to the point where it doesn't even look like the flower. And if it's something that you love the design of, yeah, you can suddenly end up with a completely different looking piece. So it can be a bit of a fine line. So let's just get a couple petals stitched. So bear with me, guys. This is a riveting viewing for you, but I'm sure you're all busy stitching anyway. I could do a mixture of petals where some are like this, some are satin stitch, some are woven. That would be pretty cute. Nothing like adding 6 hours to a simple project just by some brainy idea that pops into your head, hey? I sort of did that style of thing with the irises where we just, you know, drifted between all sorts of stitches. So, I don't know. Could do some ribbon work over it. Do I have a purple? I'm just glancing across my table, guys. Just seeing. Wasn't there a purple tucked against this edge? Yeah, here we go. Don't think too hard, girl. So we could do a mix of flowers. That would be, I guess, interesting. So I highlight some that are the artist. See this one here? It's really washed out. That could be a ribbon. These two stitched. Maybe that a ribbon and that stitched and that ribbon. So that's an option. We assess the detail of the artwork or the print on the fabric and then work out whether we have enough there to make it, you know, showcase the fabric design, or we are a bit washed out. There's more down here that are really detailed. So maybe that could be a ribbon. So embroidered a ribbon and embroidered. But there is nothing stopping us making them completely different colours too. But it's sort of, I don't know, those leaf shapes are down here but bigger. Okay, got a few ideas anyway. So how have you all been? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all getting some time to do a little bit of stitching or crocheting or whatever it is that you're working on. I can't believe that summer is, for me, sliding fast into autumn. I can't wait. It has been a blistering summer. But it's not the heat, it's the storms. Oh my goodness. I know when I wrote that little poem about summer thunderstorms rolling in, can't remember the exact words. I need to stitch that yet too. Oh boy, was it a season of thunderstorms? It just doesn't seem to be leaving us alone. And the heat, everyone was thinking it was going to be a season of severe bushfires. So it's just, if it's not one thing, it's the other, isn't it? Okay, so we've stitched the little flower. Now the question is, with the wrapping of it, as in going round and round the thread that I've just put down, do we use the same colour, just making it more edged up? Or do we put some little stripes on him? I think we use the same colour. I'm going to be boring and use the same colour. I just think that as soon as I held that there, it just pushed those flowers into the background. So I'm thinking, if it doesn't look any good, we can always, you know, start again. Get rid of the spectacles so I can get a really good focused view on it. So we're going to come up to the side of the flower and then sneak the needle through all of those little stitches. If the stitch isn't there because I didn't split stitch back, I went into the previous hole, I'm just taking the tiniest nibble of fabric and continuing along the wrap. Like you can see there, I didn't split stitch it, I just did back stitch, but that's okay. There's something there either side to wrap, so it still works. And this will give us a raised edge to our little flower, like we've couched down a twine or a rope, you know, a very fine rope, of course. Oh, goodness me. Don't split it, turn it. Just makes it like, sort of reminds me of cordage, you know, when you, there's some laces that are corded laces and they've got that raised surface to them. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, yeah, that's good. Helps lift it from the background out of the quagmire of stitches I've got here. Oh my goodness. So densely stitched. It's been fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed summer. I hope autumn holds the same excitement. Of course it will. I love the piece of fabric. I love winter more. I'm really looking forward to winter. So I was pleased it's sort of the end of the journey for me here. For a lot of you, you're doing winter and now you're on to spring. No, you're in autumn going on to winter. That's what it is. I've locked Fudgy out of the room. He was sitting on Gaz's lap watching TV and having a snooze, so I shut the door to come in here to film, and now he's at the window of that door just meowing. He's not happy. It's like, what's Mum doing? I should be in there assisting. You can see how already it looks I guess pronounced, raised, dimensional, all those words. Come on. Got a big eye on this needle and the thread is just pulling out so easily. I think we got the general gist of this anyway. I think it'll work. Then we'll have another look at the sequin to see if we do go down that track. I think I will. I think this is going to be quite a three-dimensional little flower. And then we tuck in the satin ribbon, or the silk ribbon, as the softer, more elegant little flower beside it. So I've just got one to do. Last petal. Oops, settle down, girl. I've come too deep into the, see, I've come into the actual petal. Just don't know which stitch that is. it's this little guy here. Nope. Nope. Oh, I'm going to go back down through the hole from the front because I'm just not 100% sure which thread it is. So I'm going to be cheeky and go back through. Got it. Okay. That's it. Last little petal. All right. Why do you have to unthread millimeters from the end? I started thinking about the center and what I was going to do, and I took the tension off my thread and it fell out the end of the needle. Tell you what, is this going to be one of those videos? Come on, stop being, there we go. I think I just needed literally one more wrap. Okay, all right, so we've got a little highlighted flower there with a little cordage type whip stitched in edge. I'm sure there's a proper name for it, but it eludes me. We're moving on. We've done that. Now let's have a good look and a decision on this sequin. I got these in a little packet from, I think, Forage at the retreat, but I have seen them since pop up around the place. Little flower sequins. Yeah, it actually is going to work, and I think it's going to work because that blue in the braid or the trim is just there. I'm wondering if I can then put that purple flower, the purple bead in the center. That might really help sell the story here. But he's given up. He's just given me some lipping and walked away. He's been sitting there watching me. He then started licking his leg. You know, the cat throws the leg out, or he's back to the door. I better pause just in case Puss wants to come in and go to the toilet. So I better not restrict him from his corner of the world. All right, guys, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Fudgy's happy. I didn't realise, but Gaz had actually hopped up and left the room where Fudgy was sleeping on his lap. So then Fudge has gone, well, what's Mum doing? So he's at the door, which I closed, and now he's decided that he needs to have his supper. So I just topped up his bowl. Then he's going to come over here probably and say hello. You know the routine. So he's having a bit of a feed. Now I think I'll go a real thin needle. I'm going to stitch the bead into the sequin center. Now, did I get one out or did I put it back? Can't remember. I jumped up to attend to the cat. So first of all, I need to anchor this thread. Otherwise, it's just going to pull through. Here comes the cat. Is everything covered? Oh my goodness. As you probably guessed, I'm filming at Barham, so Pussy's quarters are in the corner of the room, so therefore he's very much part of the process unless I can distract him. Of course, I've left the cupboard door open beside me, so he's going to start crawling into the bottom of that. All right, he's doing laps around the table. I'll tell you, it's distracting. But I dare not move him to the other end of the house to the garage because it's just so far away from us. And as it is, if he does venture and go into the kitchen, he tends to get a little bit disorientated and start meowing, and when I'm cooking dinner or something, as if he seems to lose track of sort of where he is. I don't know. So we decide he's just got to stay. Yes, boss, he's staying in my craft room. Now he's in the bottom of that cupboard because I didn't shut the door. We hear a crash. We know the puss has got into something he shouldn't. No, he's out. He's done a U-turn. That works a treat. So we've got a little sequin flower with a little bead in the centre of it. Yes, Fudge? So I would confidently say that that's a goer. So I'm going to leave that at that stage because I really want to get into the ribbon and see what we can do with a little bit of ribbon. I have a sore finger at the moment, guys. I have been stitching up a storm and the top of my finger is a little tender. So I'm really not enjoying that sharp little needle. Now I need to find a thick one that'll hold ribbon. Hey Ducky, what have you got for me? None of them. That chenille needle will work. Beautiful. Right. He's gone back to his supper. Yes, yes, yes. So it wasn't variegated. The other one doesn't have variegated on it, does it? That one does, but it goes very pink. That one does, goes very light. No. Let's control. I should iron this. Look away, Jennifer, if you're watching. She always recommends ironing your ribbon for obvious reason, because it has kinks in it due to being wound. So we're going to just do a little slippy knot here to hold it on the, and now we're going to do, they call a soft knot. That should stop it coming through. Okay, where are we? So what did we decide on? This wishy-washy flower needs to be ribbon. It's looking at me from the bench. It's very narrow. So I'll probably get more petals than I thought I would because it's not real wide ribbon, but that's okay. I can live with that. And I guess too, we may even be able to put the sequin treatment in the centre as well. Pussy's on his way back. He's had another nibble at his food. And now he's making his way back over here to cause some havoc. Yes, Fudge, here he comes. Come on, Fudge. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now you've got to share the camera with the Fudge. Yes, all right, Puss Puss. We're trying to, he's purring. We're trying to stitch some flowers here. You can't go underneath there. I have a feeling that this cat's going to get very zoomy at the moment. He's like he's in a really good mood. I can sense that he's, oh, the smooch of it. You're going to sit there. Oh my goodness. This is a real professional outfit, this is. Hey, cat. I'm still in frame. Like, how good am I? I can still stitch and be smooched by the Fudge. My goodness me. You're going to get sick of it and move on? No? And where's Dad go? What happened? You were sleeping on his lap, Fudge. What went wrong? Where is he? Reckon he's cooking us some dinner? Hey? No? No, I didn't think so either, Fudge. You've had your dinner, so you're okay. You don't care, do you? This flower has got out of hand. This flower has got very big. Fudge, did you notice that? It's a good boy. Just can't help but give him a kiss on the top of his head, I tell you. That cat. All right, last petal. Ribbon's starting to get a little bit squished up anyway, so it's a good thing. Where are you going? Careful, passing through. Now he's going to sit over the end. Good. Me Fudge removing apparatus. I'll tell you, never had these problems when the cat wasn't assisting with videos. But it's all good. Like, the boy is 17. I think he's earnt the right to trot through. Don't you jump across there. No. Hey, Fudge. No. Let me help you down, old boy. There you go. You can always tell when he's getting ready to go because he gives you that moany sound. And you got to quickly grab him because it's just too... It's only a trestle table that I'm on. But it's too high. And when he hits, he's going back to his bowl. He's having another snack. Must be hungry. No wonder he was grizzly at the door and wanted in. The lad was hungry. Yeah, when he jumps from the table here, his back legs slip and he's, 17 and you can see he is weak in his back legs. We've noticed it probably in the last 12 months that you can just see that he's, I don't know what, the cartilage, tendons, all of the above are just old and there's no need. I remember Chelsea, I probably told this story, but just come back to my mind. We were away and Chelsea was house sitting. She's our goddaughter that house sits plus manages one of our stores. So she's like family, but Anyway, sidetrack, back to Fudge. Yeah, and Chelsea rings me and she was just distraught. She goes, I don't know what's happened to Fudge. I've opened the door to the garage to feed him, bring him in for the day, and his leg is hanging all weird. He can't walk, but he sort of is walking. She was just beside herself. And I said, send me a picture. And it looked like, the haunches of the cat and then the body, the tail, was like this was just hanging out. So it looked like he'd dislocated his hip joint. So I was like, right, get the cat thing, or the cat carrier, go straight through to emergency, and get the doctors to have a look at him and treat him. So she did that. She got him into the carrier, took him straight through, it's probably 10-15 minutes down the road, gets the carrier up onto the table. The vet's like, what's wrong with this particular patient? The notes say you believe the cat has dislocated the hip. And she's like, yeah, it looks like it, but I don't know. She was like in tears by then, traumatised by it all, because it looked terrible. But he wasn't yelling or, he was trying to walk to his bowl to eat breakfast. But Chelsea said visually it was just terrible what the hang had happened. Casper was still alive at that stage, and they were known to have a few dust-ups, being two males. So I thought, while I was waiting for word, that they'd probably had a Barney, and Fudge, he's a little bruiser. He goes in for the kill, naughty boy, and is throwing a hip. So anyway, long story short, they pull Pussy out of the cage expecting to see this horrific injury, and it was perfectly fine. He dead set walked. Yes, we're talking about you. He stood up, looked at the vet. The vets looked at him, and he's like, well, why am I here? And the vet said, you know, there's nothing wrong. And there wasn't. So it appears that in the processes of picking up Pussy and putting him in the cage, that's probably clicked that hip back in. And the vet charged us $600 and we went out the door. Well, Fudgy went back out the door, went home, and he was fine. Had his breakfast, wasn't an issue. So yeah, meanwhile, poor old Chelsea, she was like traumatised. But yeah, hip dislocation due to a Barney with his brother, who, bless his little cotton paws, is no longer with us. So it's just the Fudge. And we haven't had the problem since because he hasn't been wanting to pick a fight with anyone. Yes, Fudge. Poor Chelsea. Poor Fudge, but poor Chelsea. Hey, Fudge? He's just had his third feed since Casper hasn't been around. He's putting on weight. He looks amazing. Looks like a good, healthy cat. He was getting so thin. So we were like, what was going on at the dinner bowl? They definitely had their fair share of bust-ups. Yeah, I know, that Casper, he was number 1 cat, you were number 2. And Mum was number 3. And now the Fudge is in control. The Fudge does what the Fudge wants. But yeah, 17. He had his teeth seen to late last year because he developed a little abscess on his chin, and it turned out he had cracked a tooth, which then got infected. So they gave him a tooth clean and took out a couple that were just not worth saving, plus the dodgy one. And before they operated, they did his blood work because I said, look, he's 17. And they were like, oh, okay, well, look, there's a high chance that he won't make it out of surgery because he's in the high-risk category, being an old boy. Plus there's an infection and he's an old boy. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. So we kissed him goodbye and said, good luck, Fudge. But no, he came out missing 3 teeth, little bruiser. And I'm thinking I might do a little Rossetti centre in there. Yeah, missing 3 teeth, is now without Casper. What are you doing? He's in the cupboard. Without Casper, he has literally blossomed. And of course they did his blood work and he had the blood work of a young kitten. They couldn't believe it. They actually wanted to see his, oh, I like that. They wanted to see his birth certificate to prove that he was 17 because they didn't believe me. Fudge, he's gone into that cupboard. Oh, hold it, guys. I need to open the door at the other end. Fudgy. Oh, he's out. So he walks through. It's like a tunnel. It's 3 glass sliding doors on a robe that I've got full of stuff. And he goes in one end if it's open, expecting to come out the other end, but it's only the one door's open, not all the 2. Anyway, so the Fudge got stuck. Gee, I like that. Oh, she's Pussy. He's back. Hey? Have you got no respect for what we're doing here? You're going to sit now. Here. Hey, Fudgy. Let me just go up a little bit so you can get the magnitude of the situation. Hey, Fudge? Oh. Okay. Needle down. Pat the Fudge. He's purring. Hey? I've been telling everyone that you're in good condition. Don't know about your mental status, but anyway. Your fur looks good, your eyes are bright, your tail is bushy when you're naughty, when you purr. So I'm thinking you're okay. Your teeth look good. He's now on a 6-monthly dental cleaning plan. So hopefully we'll, stay on top of that. And if that's his only issue, well, that's pretty easy. Get your teeth cleaned every 6 months. Hey, got your foot on my work. Fudge, you're wasting time. I'm wasting time. You're wasting everyone else's time. I'm going to move along. Hey, come on, Fudge. The show has stopped because of you. Hey. Where's Dad? Dad was in charge of babysitting the Fudge, but Dad's gone. And the Fudge is here. Hey? Come on. How about you just go sit down in your bed? That's a boy. Just let me defudge my workspace. Oh my goodness me. Okay, let's zoom back in. Let's get back to business, guys. We're being distracted. Where's my needle? I'm going to come down. I think I'm going to do, I don't know, which one do we do next? I think we do this one. Okay, I've lost track of all time. I have no idea. I think we had done 18 minutes until the Fudge wanted to enter the room. What are we at? Another 18 minutes. Okay, so we've still got time. Now he wants to go back out. I think half of it is me talking to you guys too. It sort of gets him all what's going on, He's jumped up on his cat stand, so he's announcing something. He's just climbed into his bed. He's going to settle down. Very good. Now we can actually get some stitching done. Okay, let me just finish off this last little purple bit of ribbon. Probably won't make the distance. And then I went quiet because I was thinking maybe we need to look at the leaves. I wonder if I've got a nice olive green, like an emerald green like that. That just would be too easy. I think this one will have the sequin flower in it as well because it's got quite an open centre. And I'm going to run out of ribbon to be able to do a little colonial knot was not possible. So that one, let's just quickly do that and then it's done. Oh, you know what? I'm so tempted to unpick that and just do all ribbon. Just looks so non-eventful. Now that I've put more ribbon around, and I can use that. I like the sequin. I'm happy to do that. So that sequin that I just snipped off, I'm going to, and bead, I'm just going to quickly stitch here. But I'm going to continue with ribbons, guys. I might look at maybe some darker ribbon. just to mix it up a little bit so it's not all the same. And there you go, it took like 18 minutes nearly, maybe a bit less, to do that one flower edge, and I don't like it. I'm abandoning what's the word? We're walking away from it. We're going to abandon it as a bad idea. There we go. But I do like my sequin flower. Happy? Okay. So for a second ribbon, I think I could use this guy. Very pretty. These little ribbons came from Silk Studio. They're online on Etsy. And you get like, this is like a bundle of purple ribbons. I can't remember the length of them all. So you get like a little satchel with all these different colours where she's gone to rolls and just reeled them off, cut them off, and you get a little selection. And it's fantastic for, you know, if you don't have any, you get a lovely little wash of colours. And they're quite good, like I cannot fault them. The ones that I find frustrate me to no end are the ones that I pick up for $3 at Lincraft. Sorry, Lincraft, there goes any sponsorship I'll ever get in the future, which I don't want anyway, but they disintegrate. I don't think they're silk, I think they're polyester. They come on a roll. I think I've got a few here. These ones, those there. They are polyester. The best around are these Colour Stream. You pay for what you get for, isn't that the saying? And Silk Studio, the Etsy store that these little combinations come from, very good as well. I can't fault them. Really hold up to being dragged through fabric, and that's the big thing, you know, you're dragging it through all these layers. It takes a bit for things to survive that. Yeah, that's good. That's going to give me the variation I think I was looking for. Just in his bed, he's asleep. It's getting dark. I'm so used to saying good morning because I do most of my videos in the morning. But this one I was sort of a bit of a loose end and just felt like getting a little bit of homework for myself, and that's, you know, having something to stitch after I finish filming with you guys. So I thought, oh, I'll just do Stitch the Season summer. I can always count on that piece to be plenty of work. And in my head, I was going to do these pink flowers. What I might do is I might work this one, which will be pretty much similar to that one. And then maybe in another video in the future, I'll do that one with you guys. So, because it won't take me long to do these little purple flowers once I settle down for the evening. Yeah, that's good. And I think I've got enough ribbon here, and I'll do a colonial knot in the center of this guy. So we've got a bit of a mixture of knots and the sequin bead combination. I could probably actually stitch my poem too. That'd be some homework I could do, because that's riveting viewing for you guys. I've got the fabric somewhere here that I had for that. Let's do this colonial knot in the centre. Keep it a little loose so it looks nice and plump, and pull it down. Beautiful. Much better, hey? Oops. Now we just got to get that secured. Okay, so I need a little tray to put my bits in. Where'd my little tray get to? Hold that thought, guys. Just jumped up to grab my little tray. So we will need that, we won't need that. We will need the beads. Ducky holds the needle. Tidy up my mess. And that's my other needle. Okay, so what else should we look at doing? The rose. I could do with some beads for that, couldn't I? So we might get out, I think, some of those. And there was some red beads in here I used a couple of weeks ago, those. So that'll give me my red beads. I wonder where I got that big one from. I can't remember now. Going to need a little bit of the orange or yellow. Which one was it? This one. To get that sunshine colour. So I'll use that. Then there was ribbon. This must have been leftovers. That should be enough. And thread. Oh, we've got sparkle there, so that's Sue Spargo. Here we go. Ho, ho, ho. There's our Sue Spargo thread, so we'll need that. Pale pink. Is it that one? Yep. That one can be popped in. Got a mess. What else have we got? There's a dark burgundy thread in there too, which must be this one. DMC, large crochet ball. Okay. It's good when I write a note to myself, but I usually don't. What else is in here that I'm missing? There must be, oh, there's the big bead is in there. Okay. Probably won't use a big bead there, but I definitely will there. All right, now another thing I could probably do is go back to these purple flowers. I was thinking about working the green. What have we got? Sort of need to, just mind me, I'm rummaging. Thinking I need, I picked this up, Instinct, too dull. This one here could be a goer. It is a lot lighter than that, but I'm okay with that. I don't have anything darker in that stash, so pop it away for now. It's very bright, isn't it? How are we going for time? I think we've got about 10 minutes, if my math is right. There we go. Let's just have a little stitch of this and work out what we're doing with this. Grab the needle. So options, we could do a fly stitch so that the dark green is seen underneath. We could satin stitch the whole leaf in so it's completely gone. Let's just try the fly stitch first. Let's see what this thread looks like as a feature on top of an existing painted . Just get myself down a little bit into that. So then I can get the V started for the fly stitch. There's such little leaves and this is such thick thread. Oh yeah. done it the wrong way, haven't I? Which way did the V's go on the leaf? Away? Yeah, I've done it the wrong way, guys. That's backwards. Oh my goodness. What I should have done is started at the tip of the leaf and worked back to the stem, because I was thrown here. See, I did those 2 little stitches to get me away from the stem so I could get my V. Yeah, because I should have started at the point with 1 stitch. Oh my goodness me. Okay, try that again. So start at the point with 1 stitch, then come up at the side, halfway back up that stitch, and then drop the needle down the other side, only to return at the bottom of that first stitch, like the explanation, and then anchor it with a new straight stitch. Oh, goodness me. But I'm liking that. And I haven't lost that dark green. I've just created a ribby little vein on top of the green, which has got a bit of a shimmer about it, this thread. So I am happy with that. It's like putting a fishbone or like, yeah, you know, fishbone's shape or down a leaf. Anyway, I don't need to describe it any more than it is, surely. If I haven't zoomed in enough and you can't see it, I'll bring it up to the camera in a moment. So that's the stitch I've used in the background with all of those little fine shadow stitches. There we go. So to the point is where we want to be, and then start the actual stitch with a single stitch, and then create that V by jumping over to the side, but then once again coming up and anchoring it. There you go. That'll work a treat. All right, lovely. I have some homework. I can finish the purple flowers. I can finish these little green leaves, and I will have a play with that pink one over here. Hours of entertainment, and I will be back. And even if I'm still looking for something to do, I could stitch the words, but you know, we'll see. Depends how long it takes to do all these fiddly little stitches. There we go. I won't end that off. Yes, I will, because I need to get down there or there. So I'll just do a little finishing off knot. And while we're here, we'll re-knot, and I'll bring the needle up under Blue Jake's head, put my first stitch in, and then I can pick it up later once I work out what I'm doing for dinner and do a bit of stitching. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye, but I've got to unpick that too, so I need a quick unpick. There we go. One quick unpick in the tray. There we go, and some cotton and my little scissors, which hang out on Ducky. There we go. Homework's ready. All right, guys, look after yourselves. Have a lovely day, evening, whatever it may be, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye.